Women. What myth is 100% untrue and infuriates you? That all women want kids, and if they don't they will always change their mind when they get older. You can see the Great Wall of China from space. No, you can't. That men want to act on a problem and women want to passively vent. Some men do. Some women do. Personally, I prefer to act and react in the stereotypical man way if someone vents to me. A lot of people out there don't understand simple categorical logic and the difference between a some statement and an all statement. And #X200B. When a woman has been abused and beaten down by her father to where she doesn't understand what love is and falls into more of the same abuse because that's all she has ever known, people smirk and say, "Ha, daddy issues," instead of calling out the man who abused her for her entire childhood. Periods syncing up. That only men watch porn. Virginity is another one. That women can't be political leaders because their hormones or PMS will trigger them to initiate war or some crap. As if men haven't been doing that for years as a result of testosterone and ego. Men genuinely not understanding how different our day-to-day is and how most inequalities are deeply rooted in misogyny, racism, and classism. Hymen and the whole virginity story. No, it doesn't. No, it shouldn't bleed. You cannot prove if someone is an intact hymen. You can get pregnant while not being in the period. That, you cannot get pregnant the first time you have sex, or, you can't get pregnant when on your period. Both of those were told to my friend when we were 15, she ended up pregnant. That women are bad at directions. TBH, I am bad at directions myself, but my sister is so good at it, so there ya go. That women are never rejected or have unrequited feelings, particularly when it comes to sex. I've met otherwise seemingly rational people who truly believed women are never rejected in social, dating situations and women cannot understand what it's like. That birth control doesn't cause depression or anxiety. Being told I'm too emotional, for showing any emotion at all. Women don't know what they're doing in the gym LMAOO. That when we dress in more revealing clothes we are, asking for it, or trying to get men's attention. Or when we dance at a party, we're dancing for them. That all men want is sex and they don't want to express their feelings. That your period makes you crazy. It makes me more sensitive to the crushing wave of bullshit that I put up with 3 other weeks per month. That all men are always 10 times hornier than women. It honestly really fucked me up the first few times I got rejected for sex by a boyfriend. Because men want to fuck anyone at any time, right? If your own boyfriend doesn't want to fuck, it must mean you're disgustingly ugly. That all wheelchair users are paralyzed or amputees. The majority of wheelchair users have some or all sensation in their legs, and many of us can walk. There are so many reasons someone may need to use a wheelchair. If you see a wheelchair user stand up, it doesn't mean they are faking their illness. Invisible disabilities exist, and you should never assume someone doesn't need the accommodations they have likely fought hard and faced a lot of judgment and discrimination to get. I know this isn't specific to women, but it's important to me and I see these biases everywhere. If one woman is having a menstruation, somehow every other woman is having too. Like, sinking cycle. How deep in stupidity have some people fallen? That the length of a woman's cycle is 28 days and they ovulate on day 14. Average cycle length is individual and can vary or be irregular. That all women are into BBC. That periods can be held in, I have no words. That women are illogical and emotion-driven. That we don't enjoy sex or orgasm easily. Like Brewish, you don't know my clitoris LMFAO. That we want more attention when we say we're fine. Just another way for men to call women overly emotional and hot and cold. When usually we communicate our frustrations to them very clearly. They just choose not to listen. If you're beautiful you can't be intelligent. This happens to me all the time. It intensifies the, if you're a woman you're an idiot, myth even further, and ends up going into the, all beautiful women are gold diggers territory. And then that gets further ballooned if you're the type of woman who refused to date deadbeats. The whole, wash hair less, is the ultimate supreme universal method for good hair and hair growth, and regularly washing hair is the devil's action. Or that you can, train your scalp. That everything we do or don't do must be to impress guys and not because that's just what we like. Does it have to be about women? I despise the myth that our eyes change colors. It is so FCKN dumb. Your eyes don't change color, they are just in a different environment or lighting situation. The Loch Ness Monster isn't real. Angry. Not responding or any other response is a yes. That we all hate each other for no reason when most women are actually usually supportive and empathetic towards one another. All that, if you want you can, crap. Not only is untrue, but it also makes people feeling guilty when life strucks. Like if being poor or ill was their fault, for not trying hard enough. It makes me furious. That you have prime years or peak life years. You're alive or you're dead. You make it what you make it. One person's 20 is another person's 30 in terms of clarity or energy. One person's life experience at 35 is another's at 28. One person's series of misfortune might happen before age 14, another's not until 50 and all at once. Arbitrary misogynistic ideas about when women are most attractive are bullshit too. Women are beautiful as they age. And relevant. And powerful. That all women are walking baby machines and our purpose, success in life is solely measured by how many humans we grow and push out of our uterus. That the vagina loosens or permanently stretches out with big penises or childbirth. How about penises shrink from the stress of squeezing into spaces? Ridiculous, yeah? Young girls in school being told that if a boy's mean to them it's just because they like you. No, it's not, it's just a teacher's excuse to not do anything. Hymen being something that covers the vaginal opening. Like, no, that's an anatomical abnormality that often requires surgery to fix. That women dress for men, and enjoy being catcalled. That eating disorder patients are vain. It's an illness, not a side effect of watching too much top model. While the pressure to be thin can play a part in causing insecurities and triggering an eating disorder, patients are not simply obsessed with being pretty. That whenever I disagree with a man, I will make the typical, perfect wife. My own father says all the time when I disagree or tell him how wrong he is in a certain topic that I will be a perfect, bitchy wife like all the women. Seriously pisses me off, but then again I know men in my family hate women or just tolerate them so they do their household stuff. That women and girls who are tomboys or not conventionally feminine are only that way because of internalized misogyny or because they want to suck up to guys. Just fuck off with that. That submission is the natural state of women, and that women who aren't submissive are denying their true nature. Face vomiting. That all women feel a clock ticking for having babies. That we are somehow more hysterical or dumber than men because of our uterus. That women mean, ask again, when they say, no, or that women don't say what they actually mean. It has been used to harass, abuse and gaslight women for millennia. That there are certain traits applied to gender, i.e. men are tougher, women are softer, women like shopping, men like pro sports, etc. We might see trends that implies this to be true, but these trends do not isolate the social conditioning component, and most recent studies suggest that none of them are inherent at birth. That our bodies and how we present them reflect on our worthiness and right to respect. That women are less trustworthy, intelligent and valuable than men and aren't capable of doing the same jobs. That all women are a hive mind and all want the same. An example of a woman saying X doesn't mean that we all agree. That all women are shallow and want a Chad. That all women are attractive and successful dating. That all women like feminine things like makeup, shopping, rom-coms or other stereotypes. Basically women are humans and each are different.